So it's Michelle Carty, everybody, with you, and anchored down in our home in the COVID world that we're living in today. But that doesn't mean that it has the impact to make me go negative. In actuality, it's allowing me to leverage the virtual world that we're in today. So I tagged a bunch of people. I'm crossing my fingers that a number of you guys will be able to watch us, if you will. And I do have a special guest that's going to be joining me in a few minutes. And I mentioned before, her name is Camilla, and it's Talk with Camilla. She is a mindful guru, successful businesswoman, successful psychotherapist, and she too is shifting. So she's done a lot of work and helped a lot of people over her course of her career. And now she's shifting to the online world to continue to do this. So with everybody watching us today, I think we want to be aware of over the next weeks to come, because this isn't going to go away it's not going away next weekend. And we all want to be very, very cognizant and mindful. But we could be living with our family members. We're not really going out as much as we would love to do for these reasons. So Camilla is going to share with us, and she'll continue to share with us, little tips and tricks that we can apply that can make us feel good, and we don't fall trap of feeling self-isolated, alone, whatever it may be. Some people in this new world we live in right now, it's easy for us to fall trap of the negatives. And life, it's funny, yes, there's always negative, but how do we look at the positives and how do we stay connected? So we're going to have Camilla on shortly, and really excited for her to share a few tips and tricks just on, being mindful. We are going to have a bit of a focus on, she's a mindful guru, but I'm going to announce it when she comes on board as to what she'll talk a little bit about. But hope everybody's doing well. If we all take a moment and we look up at the sky, and I've got a lot of light that comes in my office. It's blue. It's not gray. It's not raining. Right now it's blue, but I'm in Canada, and the weather's starting to warm up a little bit. So even in this era we're in, we still want to enjoy. You want to always look at things as best as we can from a positive standpoint. So it's different times, but we're in a virtual world. So I'm going to just do a quick moment. I'm just going to check my phone. I want to make sure that everything's okay for her to get online. She'll be with us in a moment. I'm just going to let her know that we're ready to go. Okay, so quick little text message and sent that. So I'll just, I'll pick a quick thing to kind of share right now with everyone. Sun shining. It's Friday. For those that may not be aware of what we're doing, we're in real estate, and yes, we're practicing, but we're not practicing as business as usual, but we're practicing in a virtual world and continuing to help people move through this, because there's still a lot of people out there, folks, that they move, whether they're thinking of getting into the market, whether they're buying, whether they're selling. So we too have had to make some adjustments. I will share with everybody that we're a house of 2 adult children and 1 teenager. So it's been interesting to recreate structure. And one of my children has been away for almost 2 years. And that alone is a different thing to go through, and then coming back. So, it's been awesome as a mom to have them. And we've been working through a few things where, it's been positive, and we're all here to cohabitate, but we're here to help each other. And this too shall pass down the road, but we want to keep everyone safe. So I like the virtual world, and it's kind of where we are, and we're able to share a lot more. We're able to connect with more people. So just bear with me for one moment. I'm just going to do a quick check and just make sure that she's good to come on board. Okay. Oh, here we go. So we'll give Camilla a couple seconds to just get up and we'll get started, everyone. So Camilla, hon, I just have you on mute right now. You're on mute, hon, so whenever you're
okay, I'm on.
awesome. There we go. So I took a few minutes and I believe we're streaming live. So just going to let that run in the background. And I'm really, really happy to have you here. So
I'm happy to be here with you today. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. The sun's shining. Feel good. I took my mom out for a 2-hour drive yesterday. And, you know, that's all we needed. Just a little moment, take us off topic, and then dropped her off at home and came back home.
Awesome.
So happy Friday. So I've let everybody know we do have a very special guest, which is Talk with Camilla, Mindful Guru. And I did let everybody know that we're gonna talk about a specific topic today. And it's one of the areas of being mindful, and it's mindful smelling.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Mindful smelling.
Yes, I'm gonna give the floor to you, hon, because I'm learning as we're going through.
Okay, so for those of us that are joining us new, let's just do a quick introduction as to what is mindfulness. So mindfulness is, you know, paying attention in the present moment, because most of the times our thoughts, they are either from the past or into our future, worrying about or thinking about what has not happened yet. And why mindfulness is such a big deal these days is because when we are concentrating on the present moment, anxiety and depression cannot exist. And that is huge. It's important to start practicing the muscle of mindfulness so that we can continue to experience overall well-being.
Okay, so Camilla, I just want to highlight what you said, because I think that's such an important, when we're practicing mindfulness, being in the now, you can't, that anxiety doesn't exist. That you're not worrying about the what if, it's just being in the now right now. And living with COVID, we want to be in the now, I believe.
Yes, because most people are worried and concerned about the future. You know, what if, what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my family? What if I get the virus? What if I can't leave my house? What's going to happen to my job? And these are all conversations that exist in the future and then stir up the anxiety. Okay.
Very powerful.
Yeah, so we covered seeing mindfully in our last session that we did live. And so today we're going to focus on smelling. So what exactly is mindful smelling? So our sense of smell, first of all, is one of our most powerful sense, believe it or not, that we have 5 of them, and smelling is one of the most powerful. Most people already know this, but I'm going to say it again. We cannot taste without smelling. So taste depends on smell. So that's why, you know, one of the reasons why it's important. Okay. But smells, they evoke emotions in us and cognitively memories. So for comfort, we could think of fresh baked bread, or apple pie, or fresh popcorn, or clean bed sheets.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes your mother's perfume can invoke childhood memories, right? Yeah. And smells can also alert us to danger, like the smell of gas, or maybe having left your oven on for a long period of time.
My husband had corned beef last night, no word of a lie, and I thought there was something burning.
Mm-hmm. We make those connections, right? Yes. And sometimes we will smell, you know, food cooking, and that will remind us that we're hungry because maybe we weren't paying attention to the cues that our body was giving us. Mm-hmm. Most of us on our daily lives, we don't realize when our noses are being stimulated. It's just an automatic mode. We're not paying attention. And we also don't realize the impact that smell has to our overall sense of well-being. We're just oblivious to that.
That's, and I, because this is new for me, Camilla, just to be, I mean, I know it, I have recognized, sometimes you just can smell things and it can bring back a memory, or hearing things can bring back a memory, but smelling, but didn't realize what you just shared.
Yeah. Most of us, we only become aware of smell when it's an extreme. So for example, I don't know, you smell mold on your yogurt, or, a whiff of garbage goes by, right? So when we have smells in the extreme, we pay attention to that. But if it's not in the extreme, we're not even aware that we're even smelling.
But yet it can have an impact. What I'm hearing is we could be smelling, not being aware, but it's having impacts on us.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that we can practice is mindful smelling, and we can do this by preparing ourselves. Well, we could play this as a game. You can do this with another person, or you can do this by yourself. So this is a fun thing to do. Is go into your cupboards in your kitchen and pull out some things. Go into your spices, go into your fridge, and pull out a few items that have distinct smells, like coffee or cinnamon or lemongrass or peanut butter, vinegar, cilantro. And what you're going to do is close your eyes, and you can take turns putting that item underneath your nose and then trying to guess what the item is. So that's the first part of it. The second part is reflecting on whether that particular item back a memory. So that's what we call mindful smelling. It's an actual intentional exercise.
Okay. We're gonna.
Yeah, and some people, you could do that also with different aromatherapies, different oils, different scents, different shampoos, anything that has scented candles, right? Anything that has a scent, close your eyes, smell it, and then try to guess what that scent is.
Okay. I'll share a little tiny story. A couple of weeks ago, my husband found pasteurized honey, real honey, if you will. So took it home, had some, and I immediately remembered my childhood. Immediately, because it was obviously I liked honey, but I haven't had honey like that since I was about 10. And it was just oh my God, I love it. Now there's only a jar that was this big 3 weeks ago. It's kind of gone down to that one. Been my breakfast in the morning.